Duke University professor and Kremlin expert Jerry Hough is coming under fire for comments he wrote in a New York Times editorial over the Baltimore riots. Hough referenced students in the piece calling them the blacks, comparing them to, quote, the Asians. And he blamed African Americans for not integrating with their, quote, new strange names. He also compared them to the Asian students, calling them lazier. Hough said in response to the criticism he's received and a firestorm of social media comments about him, "Hey, I'm 80. I figure I can speak the truth as I see it." You know, Nick, 80 or not, those are pretty defamatory and racist comments that Professor Hough has made about these students. He's not backing down. No apology, apparently.
No, I'm sure he believes what he thinks is true with all of his heart. What's surprising, most surprising here, well, actually, what's most sad here is the fact that we have people like this teaching at top-tier universities like Duke in this country. It's actually unbelievable, and it's extremely sad. And on the whole thing about integrating, he's acting like African Americans aren't American, and they can't have their own culture and their own names. It's just ridiculous.
Putting them into
it's the dumbest thing. But yeah, again, I just want to say what's most surprising is that the man is working at Duke. It's just ridiculous.
Well, hey, this is not the first time Duke has come into the spotlight with racist issues and accusations. Last month, a student was dismissed. The student was never, his identity was never, told us by Duke University, but he hung a noose from a tree. They found out who he was. They kicked him out of school. I know this is not related to this case, but the football players were accused of raping a prostitute, different race.
Coaches kept quiet about it. They knew it was happening.
Race comes into play a lot at the school for some reason. Something I wanted to bring up, though, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know that many Asians with traditionally American names. Maybe it's just the friends that I have.
There are, and there aren't,
that's a blanket,
and they should have whatever name they want to have.
Blanket statements across the board with this man.
Ridiculous.
Do you think he should be fired? Can you fire?
Without a doubt. I mean, I don't care what subject he's teaching. What is he? Kremlin studies?
He's an expert on the Kremlin. He's a self-described Kremlin expert.
Well, he's clearly not an expert on the own country that he lives in. He's 80 years old. I don't care if you're 80 years old. You're out of touch and you're ridiculous. I mean, again, it's ridiculous that these people are working at such good universities that people are paying so much money to go to. It's unbelievable.
To learn from this man.
How racism is still alive and well in this country. I don't know if we're just reporting on it now. Now we're more sensitive. It's all we're talking about in the news, and it's all over the place. I can't believe how rampant racism is in America.
Right. Well, in all fairness, they've come out. They've called him basically ignorant, calling his comments noxious.
But I hope they're not debating on whether they should or not.
They're not. I mean, they did release a statement. There was no word of his fire. It was just, his comments were bad.
Well, perhaps that's the dumbest thing in all of this.
That's probably true. But anyway, he was writing over the Baltimore riots. What a weird forum to express racism.
Yeah. I mean, any forum is weird to express racism.
Anyway, but New York Times editorial, they haven't retracted the story. It is going viral, and we'd love to know what you think about Mr. Hough and his comments. Be sure and comment below, and while you're at it, subscribe, log on to the Lip TV too.